Bill is going to answer this question this man asked. He lives in Arizona, about Billy the Kid. I don't know that much about it, but Bill has read a lot about it.
Well, there's several different versions. The last thing that I think he was asking about was this guy named Brushy Bill Roberts. I think he ended up in Texas somewhere, but they made a movie, and that's when his name come up. He looks a lot like him. He claims he was Billy the Kid and he got away, and there's a lot of people that think that he did, that Pat Garrett let him slip away and he actually shot somebody else. He knows a lot of the particulars, according to his biographer. He knows a lot of the particulars about the Lincoln County War and different characters that were involved in it that a lot of people wouldn't know. That Billy the Kid, he came from the east somewhere, or his family did, and they ended up over in Silver City, New Mexico. That's a little ways west of here. And I think his mother passed away. His father left or passed away, and then I think his mother passed away. He went by different names, and that's why he came back east over in this area about at the start of that Lincoln County War. He went by several different names. One of the names was William Bonney. I don't know, and then another one was Henry McCarty or William McCarty. Just several different names people call him, and Billy the Kid. But there's several different stories out there on it. I'm not sure about that Brushy Bill Roberts. Nobody's proved it yet, I don't think. I think they were going to do some DNA tests. I don't know how they're going to do that. He was buried over in Fort Sumner. Him and a couple of his friends was buried at the same spot. They have that on movies too. But I think somebody come in there and would desecrated the grave, and they might have moved the bodies, but I'm not sure. There's different stories back and forth about it. He mostly frequented Mesilla and Lincoln, up in Lincoln, where he was in jail for a time. That's where he shot a deputy. He escaped from there, but he shot one of the deputies. I don't think he shot another one, but anyway, that deputy's buried up at White Oaks. And we go through there a lot. They had a thing on that deputy several years ago. It was kind of commemoration out of respect for that deputy. He was, I don't know why, but the local law enforcement and different people showed up at the cemetery. He was supposed to be, one story is he antagonized his prisoners a lot. He's really bad with them, but there's different stories about. It's hard to get to the truth of it. Pat Garrett was supposed to have killed him over at I think Fort Sumner, one of them towns over in the east, and they're not sure about that because him and Pat Garrett was acquainted pretty well, supposedly. But that's all the story I know on it. But there's a lot of reading on it if a person wants to really dig into it. But I don't know if anybody will ever come up with the whole story on it, the truth of it, of what really happened. One of the guys that rode with him, I did read, there was a family that lived down by Pecos, Texas, and everybody called this mother, their husband went off and died. It seemed like husbands did that. I think he went off to be a miner and he never came back, but he had a large family, and she started, where they lived, she started a restaurant kind of a deal. And her name was, everybody called her Ma'am Jones. There's a good book on it in the libraries or probably at the bookstores. Ma'am Jones is a Pecos.
Maybe on the internet.
Yeah, but her oldest son rode with Billy the Kid for a while, and he was supposed to be quite a pistol person, but somebody killed him early in that Lincoln County War. Can't remember his name, but his last name was Jones. And there was several of them, and most of them got killed or just disappeared. But there's a lot of reading on the internet, but that's about all I know about it. We've been to Lincoln several times, just passing through there. It kind of looks like the same it did 100 years ago.
Yeah, it's kind of tourist town now.
Yeah, it's a touristy place. We tend to not go into touristy places.
Yeah.
They're just too crowded, too many people. But
Well, thanks a lot for
that's all I know about it.
kind of information,
Yeah,
just...
it's best, you probably look at, but the bookstores and libraries got a lot of books on the Lincoln County War.
Yeah.
That's probably the best because it's hard to believe all the stuff on the internet.
Yeah.
A lot of it's just somebody's opinion. That's it.
That's it.
I gotta go to work.
Thanks a lot. Bye. What's funny in this area, that being modern day, the ancestors of them people back in the old times are still here. So I had a great-grandparents that worked in a town south of us. He worked as a manager in this lumber mill, and at that time, I forgot what year it was, real early, maybe the late 1800s, but they were milling wood from the mountains to make cross ties, and because the railroad train was popular then. But near the railroad track in that town, they had a hotel, and his wife ran it, and they had a couple little boys. One of them was my grandpa. So they lived back there in the time of Billy the Kid and Pat Garrett. And there was a lot of bad stuff happened, and they probably knew all the gossip back then in that hotel. One day when we moved here, Bill was looking for work, and he was going to go to this place, and so he left late, and I called him to tell him he'll be a little late. And this man answered the phone, and I forgot what his name was, but his last name was Garrett. So, being kind of smarty-aleck, I said, "Oh, are you kin to Pat Garrett?" And he said, "Yeah, I'm his grandson." I thought, oh my gosh. So, the relatives of them Westerners, a lot of them still here nowadays, just like I am. And so I thought that was funny. I told Bill when he got back home, I said, I didn't know he's Pat Garrett's grandson, so that was funny. But anyway, there's a lot of Old West stuff around here about Billy the Kid bringing a bunch of cows over the mountains. The Three River Ranch down there had famous people there. I think Billy the Kid would sell some cows to him probably. But yeah, there's all kinds of stories around here about the Old West. Asking Bill that question. I appreciate it. Bye.